World War II provided a very useful pretense for some experiments that occurred just by kind of the path of history in the case of East and West Germany and North and South Korea. So during World War II, of course, the uh, kind of the more market capitalist societies, the UK, America, were allied with the Soviet Union. And after the victory of the Allies, of course, there is a big split of the spoils and of the territory that was kind of controlled by, uh, the Axis powers. So in Germany, uh, it was basically split in Berlin. So you can see in the picture here, this is a picture of the Berlin Wall, which ran through the city. On one side, you had East Germany, which was controlled by the Soviets, and then West Germany, which was allied to the West. And due to this, they adopted very different economic systems. So the Soviet model was centrally planned economies where the state kind of owned everything, the factories, the farmland, etc. And they, through a bureaucratic process, through an academic process where you had economists and other kind of bureaucrats deciding what to do with all those assets, uh, that system was implemented in East Germany. And in West Germany, it adopted the kind of the market style economies of the West, where there were private economic actors, they formed businesses, there was private property ownership, etc. And a similar thing happened in Korea after World War II. The Soviets occupied the northern part of it, and Southern Korea kind of formed their own country. Um, and so in the German case, West Germany became, just a significant economic actor and player in economy. Uh, and East Germany was kind of a stagnant economy. There were shortages of many basic necessities for the people, and the standard of living was much lower. The personal liberties that people had were also much lower under such a system. And there were many people, they had to build this wall to keep people in East Germany. Okay, so people wanted to leave. They kind of knew the system was not that great, but they were kind of kept in by the highly totalitarian nature of the government, in which they tried to control the economy, how people acted, what they thought, etc. It was a different the economic system was different, but also just the social system was also different to facilitate that control of the economy. And you can say the same thing of North versus South Korea, which persists today. So of course, East and West Germany were unified. The Berlin Wall came down after the fall of the Soviet Union, and now we just have one Germany, which adopts the Western, the market-based economies, that led to the success of West Germany. We still have North Korea, which of course is very secretive and hard to kind of know exactly what's going on there. But for all intents and purposes, it seems like the people live in a kind of a subjugated state. They have famines. They have kind of struggles to get their basic needs met for the people there. And South Korea is one of the most uh, successful economic stories maybe in history. In the 1950s, kind of went after the Korean War, South Korea had the same per capita GDP as Haiti, as like many of the very poor countries of the world, and now it's maybe one of the most technologically advanced societies with a very high value economy. They create uh, automobiles, electronics, semiconductors. It's a very, very advanced economy, and it happened, you can say in the course of 50 or 60 years, a massive turnaround, similar to Japan, you can say, after World War II, which was totally decimated. and emerged as a very powerful economic player in a very modern economy, and has many of the same kind of attributes of a market capitalist system that we discussed. So, of course, South Korea has problems. It has, I think, one of the maybe the lowest fertility rate in Asia, meaning the number of children people are having is very low. So they will face a massive demographic problem over time, in which they won't have enough workers to kind of support their their pension, their social security system, and just fill all the jobs that are needed in the society. Now, why that is, we'll talk about later about maybe some of the drawbacks of market capitalist systems. But if you're just looking at a purely materialist standpoint of like how well the people live, there's a massive contrast between the North Koreans and South Koreans, and it has to do with you can say largely with the economic systems and governmental systems that kind of support the economic systems that were adopted in those places.